Thanks for watching. I'm Margot Kimberg, and this is In the Spotlight, a closer look at a crime novel. This week, we're continuing our special look at the finalists for this year's Niall Marsh Awards for the Best in New Zealand Crime Fiction. Today, let's turn the spotlight on Claire Baylis's Dice, which also won the Niall Marsh Award this year for Best First Novel, so congratulations. As the novel begins, a group of jurors is gathering at the courthouse in Rotorua on New Zealand's North Island. A group of teenage boys is on trial for rape and sexual assault crimes, and the jury will need to determine which, if any, boys is guilty of which crimes. It all started when the boys invented a dice game in which they would have to engage in certain sex acts with the girl whose name comes up when they roll a pair of dice. The original idea was that the girls would consent, so it wouldn't count as rape. But there are girls who are now claiming, or their families are, that they were too drunk or too high to consent, or that they were overpowered and were in fact raped. It's an extremely difficult, emotional case for the girls, their families, and the jurors. And the gravity of what's happened is not lost on the defendants either. As the trial goes on, we learn more about the boys, how they invented the game, and how it all actually panned out. We learn more about the girls involved too. But this book is told largely from the points of view of the different jurors, so we see how the testimony impacts them too. In the end, although verdicts are reached, it's clear that things will not go back to the way they were. So what holds this book together? What are the elements in the novel? This is a difficult book to read. As the girls testify, they're required to say exactly what happened to them, what they did, and that's difficult for everyone to hear. The boys have to face their accusers, and despite the bravado, that's hard for them. And the jury has to hear and later discuss everything. As the jury does this, we follow along as they receive certain instructions, debate what the actual law tells them to do, and so on. So the book provides an inside look at the New Zealand jury system and the trial process and some of New Zealand's laws. Because the story is told mostly from the point of view of the jurors, we get to know them. Each has a past, and each has a different perspective. As the trial goes on, we follow the jurors, and we see how they live and with whom and what they're like. Baylis shares how these pasts and perspectives impact the way the jurors feel about the defendants, their alleged victims, and the trial itself. This makes for some serious debates among the jurors. What exactly counts as rape? Didn't the girls give consent? And what about the boys? If they do one bad thing like this, should that ruin their lives? On the other hand, these girls deserve to be heard. The culture that condones this sort of behavior is a rape culture and needs to be changed. The idea that boys will be boys and you can't expect them not to try for it is deeply ingrained and perhaps should be questioned. There are other debates too. The trial takes a toll on everyone. And in the novel, we especially see the toll it takes on the jurors. They want to do the right thing and return a reasoned verdict. But that's extremely difficult as there are several sides to this, and the case has been a harrowing one. But as the jury returns its verdicts, there's also the sense that they did the best they could. Dice is the story of the consequences of what was supposed to be a harmless sex game. But was it? A New Zealand setting, a difficult case with complex issues, and a group of jurors with an untenable task. This has been In the Spotlight. I'm Margot Kimberg. Thanks for watching.